In the stillness of the night, when the world around us is enveloped in darkness and silence, there is a sacred moment that beckons us to awaken. It is 3 a.m., a time when many find themselves stirred from slumber, their minds restless, and their hearts seeking solace. In these moments of wakefulness, we have the opportunity to turn to prayer, to seek the presence of God, and to find the protection and peace that only He can provide. Before we begin, I would appreciate it if you like this video, you can help me continue to spread it so more people know God. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and click the bell button next to it so that when I post a new video, you will be the first to receive notifications and not miss any videos. Chapter 1. The Significance of 3 a.m. The ethereal hour of 3 a.m. is shrouded in mystique, resonating deeply within the corridors of Christian tradition and symbolism. Within the sacred texts and narratives, this hour is laden with profound significance, evoking both awe and contemplation among believers. Central to the Christian faith is the belief that 3 a.m. marks the pivotal moment of Jesus Christ's crucifixion. As the Gospels recount, it was at this solemn hour that Jesus, bearing the weight of humanity's sins, was affixed to the cross on Calvary. The darkness that enveloped the land during this divine drama is said to have reached its zenith precisely at 3 a.m., casting a somber veil over the world as the Savior breathed his last breath. The symbolism of 3 a.m. extends beyond the earthly realm, delving into the depths of spiritual warfare. In the annals of Christian mysticism, this hour is often regarded as the witching hour, a time when supernatural forces are believed to be most active. According to some theological interpretations, the demonic realm is said to exert its influence most potently during the darkest hours of the night, with 3 a.m. serving as a nexus for malevolent energies. Yet, amidst the foreboding shadows that linger at 3 a.m., there exists a glimmer of hope that transcends mortal understanding. For it is at the heart of this darkness that the promise of resurrection and redemption finds its fullest expression. The Christian narrative asserts that just as Christ emerged triumphant from the tomb at dawn, dispelling the pall of death with the radiance of his resurrection, so too does the believer find solace in the assurance of eternal light. In the tapestry of Christian theology, 3 a.m. emerges as a potent symbol of the human condition, a time of trial and tribulation, yet also a harbinger of divine grace and renewal. It beckons the faithful to reflect upon the mysteries of faith, to confront the darkness within and without, and to embrace the ineffable beauty of redemption wrought through Christ's sacrifice. Thus, as the clock strikes 3 in the stillness of the night, it serves as a poignant reminder of the profound truths enshrined within the Christian narrative, truths that continue to inspire and illuminate the hearts of believers across the ages. Chapter 2. The Power of Prayer. Within the sacred corridors of faith, prayer stands as a timeless testament to the intimate bond between humanity and the divine. It is a sacred dialogue, a conduit through which believers connect with the infinite love and wisdom of God. Through prayer, the Christian faithful embark on a journey of spiritual intimacy, pouring out their hearts before the throne of grace. At its core, prayer is a profound expression of trust, a relinquishing of control to the sovereign creator who holds the universe in his hands. It is a humble acknowledgement of human frailty and dependence, coupled with an unwavering confidence in the boundless mercy and power of the Almighty. In the quiet sanctuary of prayer, believers find solace in the knowledge that their voices are heard, their concerns are valued, and their burdens are shared by the one who knows them intimately. In the tapestry of life, prayer serves as a guiding light, illuminating the path through the darkest valleys and highest peaks. It is a beacon of hope that pierces through the shadows of doubt and despair, leading the way to a place of divine comfort and assurance. Through prayer, believers find the strength to navigate the storms of life, the courage to confront adversity, and the perseverance to endure trials with unwavering faith. Chapter 3. Prayers for protection. In a world where uncertainties lurk around every corner, where dangers, both apparent and veiled, threaten to encroach upon our lives, the longing for divine protection resonates deeply within the human soul. This innate desire for safeguarding finds solace in the age-old practice of prayer, a sacred communion with the divine, wherein we seek not only solace but also strength and security. Within the tapestry of spiritual practices, prayers for protection stand as beacons of hope amidst the tempest of life. They serve as poignant reminders of our interconnectedness with the divine realm, invoking God's benevolence to shield us from harm and guide us through perilous passages. These prayers, steeped in faith and humility, transcend the boundaries of time and space, offering solace to the weary traveler, the anxious heart, and the besieged soul. In this chapter, we embark on a journey through the sacred corridors of prayer, exploring invocations crafted specifically to invoke divine protection over our lives, our loved ones, and the sanctity of our homes. Rooted in the ancient wisdom of spiritual traditions, these prayers resonate across cultures and creeds, transcending religious divides to touch the deepest recesses of the human spirit. At the heart of these prayers lies the metaphorical armor of God, a spiritual panoply designed to fortify the soul against the onslaught of evil. Drawing inspiration from Ephesians 6:10, 18, believers don the mantle of righteousness, gird themselves with the belt of truth, and take up the shield of faith to extinguish the fiery darts of the adversary. With each invocation, they stand steadfast in the knowledge that they are not alone, for the Almighty stands as their steadfast protector and guardian. But protection extends beyond the individual realm, encompassing the collective well-being of families, communities, and nations. In times of turmoil and strife, prayers ascend like incense, weaving a tapestry of divine intervention to shield the vulnerable, comfort the afflicted, and inspire courage in the face of adversity. From the whispered supplications of a mother for her child's safety to the collective intercessions of a congregation for peace in troubled lands, these prayers serve as conduits of grace, bridging the gap between heaven and earth. Chapter 4. Prayers for Peace. In the tumult of life's storms, where chaos reigns and uncertainty casts its shadow, the quest for peace becomes a sacred pilgrimage of the soul. For Christians, the pursuit of true peace is not a mere aspiration, but a divine inheritance bestowed upon believers through their union with the Prince of Peace. In this chapter, we embark on a journey through prayers crafted to usher in the peace that surpasses all understanding. A peace that transcends circumstances and fills the heart with tranquility amidst life's upheavals. At the heart of these prayers lies the recognition that true peace is not merely the absence of conflict, but the presence of God Himself. It is a peace that springs forth from the depths of the soul, rooted in the unshakable faith that God's sovereignty reigns supreme over the chaos of this world. Drawing inspiration from Philippians 4:6, 7, believers offer their supplications with thanksgiving, laying their burdens at the feet of the Almighty and entrusting their cares into His capable hands. In return, they are promised a peace that defies human understanding, guarding their hearts and minds in Christ Jesus. These prayers serve as lifelines for the weary soul, offering solace in times of anxiety, courage in the face of fear, and hope amid despair. They are whispered in the quiet solitude of the early morning, echoed in the bustling cacophony of the day, and murmured in the hushed stillness of the night. From the depths of the valley to the heights of the mountaintop, believers lift their voices in unison, seeking refuge in the embrace of the divine and finding rest for their restless spirits. Chapter 5. Prayers for Strength. In the crucible of life's trials and tribulations, where the weight of adversity presses down upon the weary soul, the quest for strength becomes a sacred odyssey of resilience and fortitude. For believers, strength is not merely a product of physical prowess or indomitable willpower, but a divine endowment bestowed by the source of all power, God Himself. In this chapter, we embark on a journey through prayers crafted to call upon the Almighty to infuse us with His divine strength, a strength that transcends human limitations and empowers us to overcome every obstacle that stands in our path. At the heart of these prayers lies the acknowledgement of our inherent weakness and our utter dependence upon the strength that comes from God alone. Drawing inspiration from Philippians 4:13, believers lift their voices in supplication, acknowledging their insufficiency and surrendering their frailty into the hands of the Almighty. In return, they are imbued with a supernatural strength that enables them to endure, persevere, and triumph over the adversities of life. These prayers serve as bulwarks against the onslaught of despair, offering solace in times of weakness, courage in the face of adversity, and hope amid despair. They are whispered in the solitude of the night, echoed in the clamor of battle, and murmured in the depths of the soul's anguish. From the whispered pleas of the downtrodden to the fervent intercessions of the faithful, believers unite their hearts in prayer, drawing strength from the wellspring of divine grace that flows inexhaustibly from the throne of God. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Chapter 6, Prayers for Guidance. In the labyrinth of life's choices and decisions, where myriad paths diverge and competing voices clamor for attention, the quest for divine guidance becomes a sacred pilgrimage of the soul. For believers, the pursuit of wisdom and direction is not merely a matter of human intellect or intuition, but a humble surrender to the guiding hand of the divine. In this chapter, we embark on a journey through prayers crafted to seek God's wisdom and direction for our lives, a journey that leads us along the path of righteousness and into the fullness of His perfect plan. At the heart of these prayers lies the recognition of our limitations and the acknowledgement of God's infinite wisdom. Drawing inspiration from Proverbs 3:5-6, believers lift their voices in supplication, surrendering their plans and desires into the hands of the Almighty and trusting in His providential care. In return, they are promised a divine illumination that lights their path and a steadfast assurance that God will direct their steps according to His perfect will. These prayers serve as compasses in the sea of uncertainty, offering guidance in moments of indecision, clarity in times of confusion, and discernment in the face of temptation. They are whispered in the quiet solitude of the morning, echoed in the tumult of the day, and murmured in the stillness of the night. From the crossroads of life's journey to the thresholds of new beginnings, believers unite their hearts in prayer, seeking alignment with the divine will and discernment to walk in His ways. Chapter 7, The Practice of Waking at 3 a.m. In the hushed stillness of the night, when the world slumbers and darkness envelops the earth like a comforting blanket, there exists a sacred hour, the mystical hour of 3 a.m. Far more than a mere physical phenomenon, waking at this hour is a spiritual discipline, a deliberate act of seeking God in the quiet depths of the night. In this chapter, we delve into the practice of waking at 3 a.m. as a transformative journey of deepening our relationship with the divine. From setting aside time for prayer to cultivating a spirit of expectancy, we explore the profound significance of this sacred hour and offer practical insights for making the most of this spiritual endeavor. At the heart of waking at 3 a.m. lies the recognition of the sacredness of time, a time when the noise of the world fades into silence and the distractions of the day are laid to rest. Inspired by the ancient tradition of the night watch, believers awaken from their slumber to enter into a sacred communion with the divine, lifting their hearts in prayer and meditation. In the stillness of the night, they find solace in the presence of God, whose voice speaks loudest in the quietness of the night. This practice is not merely about the physical act of waking at a specific hour, but about creating sacred space for encountering the divine. It is a deliberate choice to prioritize spiritual nourishment over worldly distractions, to carve out moments of intimacy with God amidst the busyness of life. From the whispered prayers of gratitude to the fervent intercessions for the needs of the world, believers offer their hearts as vessels for divine communion, seeking to align their will with the will of the Almighty. Chapter 8. Stories of Encouragement. In the annals of Christian history, there exists a tapestry of stories, testimonies of believers who have experienced the profound power of waking at 3 a.m. and seeking God in prayer. These stories, woven together by the threads of faith and divine intervention, bear witness to the transformative nature of encountering the divine in the quiet depths of the night. In this chapter, we embark on a journey through the lives of believers who have been touched by the hand of God in the mystical hour of 3 a.m., sharing their stories of encouragement and inspiration that resonate across time and space. One such story comes from the life of a humble widow named Mary, who lived in a small village nestled amidst the rolling hills of the countryside. Every night, without fail, Mary would rise from her bed at 3 a.m. and retire to her small prayer closet, where she would pour out her heart to God in earnest supplication. Despite the hardships she faced, a meager income, failing health, and the loss of loved ones, Mary clung to her faith with unwavering tenacity, trusting in the promise that God would never leave her nor forsake her. One particularly cold winter night, as Mary knelt in prayer, she felt a sudden warmth envelop her like a comforting embrace. In that moment, she sensed the presence of God drawing near, His peace flooding her troubled heart with a profound sense of calm. As she poured out her fears and anxieties before the Lord, she felt a burden lift from her shoulders, replaced by a deep assurance that He was with her, guiding her every step of the way. In the weeks that followed, Mary witnessed a series of miraculous interventions in her life. An unexpected financial provision that enabled her to pay off her debts, a miraculous healing that restored her failing health, and a renewed sense of purpose and joy that filled her days with newfound hope. Through it all, Mary remained steadfast in her commitment to waking at 3 a.m. and seeking God in prayer, knowing that He alone held the power to transform her circumstances and renew her strength. Another story of encouragement comes from the life of a young man named David, who found himself at a crossroads in his faith journey. Struggling with doubts and uncertainties, David began waking at 3 a.m. as a last resort, hoping to find solace and direction in the presence of God. Night after night, he poured out his heart in prayer, wrestling with God like Jacob at Peniel, seeking answers to life's most pressing questions. One fateful night, as David knelt in his room, bathed in moonlight, he felt a sudden peace wash over him like a gentle breeze. At that moment, he heard a still, small voice whispering words of comfort and reassurance, assuring him of God's unfailing love and faithfulness. As David surrendered his doubts and fears into the hands of the Almighty, he felt a weight lift from his shoulders, replaced by a deep sense of clarity and purpose. In the days that followed, David experienced a profound transformation in his faith, a renewed sense of intimacy with God, a newfound confidence in His promises, and a passion for sharing the love of Christ with others. Through the simple act of waking at 3 a.m. and seeking God in prayer, David discovered the power of divine encounter, a power that transcends human understanding and transforms lives from the inside out. These stories are but a glimpse into the countless testimonies of believers who have experienced the power of waking at 3 a.m. and seeking God in prayer. From moments of divine intervention to profound encounters with the Holy Spirit, these stories serve as a testament to the faithfulness of God and the transformative power of prayer. May they inspire us to cultivate a deeper relationship with the divine, knowing that in the quiet depths of the night, we will find the presence of the one who holds the universe in His hands. Chapter 9. Embracing the night. In a world that often fears the darkness, Christians are called to embrace the night as a sacred time of spiritual awakening and renewal. Amidst the stillness and solitude of the night, when the world is cloaked in shadow and the stars adorn the sky like jewels, there exists a profound opportunity to encounter the presence of God more deeply and intimately. In this chapter, we explore the beauty of the night and the myriad opportunities it presents for connecting with the divine. From stargazing to silent meditation, we discover practical suggestions for embracing the night as a sacred journey of spiritual exploration and discovery. At the heart of embracing the nightlies is a recognition of its inherent beauty and mystery, a beauty that transcends the limitations of human perception and a mystery that beckons the soul to journey into the depths of the unknown. Inspired by the psalmist's declaration that the heavens declare the glory of God, the skies proclaim the work of his hands, Psalm 19:1, believers are invited to gaze upon the celestial wonders of the night sky and marvel at the majesty of the Creator. Whether in the quiet solitude of a backyard garden or the expansive vistas of a remote wilderness, stargazing becomes a sacred practice of awe and wonder, reminding us of our smallness in the vast expanse of the cosmos and the boundless love of the one who fashioned the stars. But embracing the night is not merely about observing the external beauty of creation. It is also about cultivating inner stillness and silence, a silence that speaks volumes to the receptive heart, and a stillness that allows the soul to commune with the divine. In the quiet hours of the night, believers are invited to set aside the distractions of the day and enter into a sacred space of contemplation and reflection. Whether through silent meditation, journaling, or prayerful reflection, the night becomes a sanctuary for the soul, a place where God's presence is felt most deeply and his voice is heard most clearly. Chapter 10. The Dawn of a New Day. As the night fades into oblivion and the first light of dawn breaks upon the horizon, we are greeted with a profound reminder of the promise of a new day, a day filled with hope, possibility, and the boundless mercies of God. In this final chapter, we embark on a journey of reflection and introspection, exploring the significance of the dawn and the transformative opportunities it presents for renewal and growth. Through prayer and faith, we greet each new day with anticipation and gratitude, knowing that God's mercies are new every morning and his faithfulness is unwavering. At the heart of the dawn lies a symbolic representation of new beginnings and fresh starts, a metaphorical awakening from the slumber of the night into the vibrant embrace of a new day. Inspired by the psalmist's declaration that weeping may stay for the night, but rejoicing comes in the morning, Psalm 35, believers are invited to embrace the dawn as a symbol of hope and renewal, a time to leave behind the shadows of yesterday and step into the light of a new beginning. With each sunrise, we are reminded of the infinite possibilities that lie before us and the opportunity to embark on a journey of transformation and growth. But the dawn is not merely a physical phenomenon. It is also a spiritual awakening, a moment of divine encounter and communion with the Creator. In the stillness of the early morning hours, believers are invited to pause and reflect on the goodness and faithfulness of God, offering prayers of thanksgiving for the gift of a new day and the countless blessings that accompany it. Through the simple act of prayer and contemplation, we open our hearts to receive God's guidance and direction for the day ahead, trusting in his providence and grace to lead us on the path of righteousness. Moreover, the dawn offers opportunities for spiritual practices that cultivate a deeper sense of connection with the divine. From morning devotions to moments of silent meditation, believers are encouraged to carve out sacred space in the early hours of the day, dedicating themselves to the pursuit of spiritual growth and renewal. Through these intentional practices, we cultivate a spirit of mindfulness and presence, allowing us to fully embrace the richness and beauty of each moment and to experience God's presence in our daily lives. But perhaps most importantly, the dawn serves as a reminder of God's unfailing love and faithfulness, a love that never wanes, and a faithfulness that endures through all seasons of life. As the sun rises on a new day, we are reminded of the promise found in Lamentations 3:22-23. The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. With hearts filled with gratitude and anticipation, we greet each new day with joy and expectation, knowing that God is with us always, guiding us, sustaining us, and filling our lives with His abundant blessings. In the dawn of a new day, we find hope, renewal, and the promise of endless possibilities. Through prayer, faith, and intentional spiritual practices, we embrace each sunrise as a sacred invitation to experience the transformative power of God's love and grace. May we greet each new day with open hearts and eager spirits, knowing that in the dawn of a new day, we are met with the unending mercies of our faithful and loving God. As we come to the end of this video journey, we want to hear from you. What have you learned about the significance of waking at 3 a.m., the power of prayer, or embracing the darkness as a sacred time of spiritual connection? Leave a comment below and share one thing you'll bring to practice in your own life. If you found this video insightful and inspiring, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Your support helps us continue to bring meaningful insights and encouragement to our community. Thank you for joining us on this journey of spiritual discovery. Until next time, may you find peace and divine guidance in the quiet of the night. Good night and God bless.